we started the types of redox reactions. There are 5 types of redox reactions. Combination reactions, second one decomposition reactions, third one displacement reactions, fourth one disproportionation reactions, fifth one comproportionation reactions. 2 types over. Coming to third type, displacement reactions. Nothing but replacement. Displacement reactions. Displacement reactions means in these reactions one atom displaces other atoms. So in these reactions, one atom or species displaces is that what replaces. One atom replaces or displaces other atom from the compounds. So just you should remember that in these type of reactions, one atom replaces other atoms. Again, these displacement reactions are of mainly 2 types. These displacement reactions are of 2 types. First one, metal displacement reactions. Metal displacement reactions. Metal displacement reactions means the name itself is the answer. The reactions in which more reactive metal displaces less reactive metal. So in all the displacement reactions, a fundamental point you should remember that more reactive species displaces more reactive species or element. More reactive element displaces less reactive element. This is the fundamental point. Less reactive element. So in all the displacement reactions, a general statement you should remember that more reactive element displaces less reactive element. So again, displacement reactions are of mainly 2 types: metal displacement reactions, non-metal displacement reactions. Metal displacement reactions means in these reactions more reactive metal displaces less reactive metal. More reactive metal displaces less reactive metal. So here metal is displaced. That's why the name came as metal displacement reactions. Examples: Zn plus CuSO4. CuSO4 aqueous solution whether is a solid. Here, when compared to copper, zinc is more reactive. Copper is less reactive. More reactive metal, copper less reactive. Therefore, copper less reactive. When compared to zinc, copper less reactive. Therefore, zinc displaces copper from copper sulfate solution. ZnSO4 plus copper. Here metal is displaced. That's why the name came as metal displacement reactions. So when zinc reacts with CuSO4 solution, zinc is more reactive. Because of more reactivity of zinc readily displaces copper from copper sulfate solution. Copper is less reactive. Next, if you are considering magnesium plus ZnSO4 solution, when compared to zinc, magnesium more reactive. S-block element. Generally, S-block elements are reactive metals. Zinc is less reactive in this case. When compared to magnesium, zinc is less reactive. Therefore, more reactive metal displaces less reactive metal. MgSO4 plus. So these are comes under metal displacement reactions. Or one more example: aluminium plus Cr2O3. When compared to chromium, aluminium more reactive. Hence, because of more reactivity, it displaces chromium. Hence, in all these cases, metals are displaced. Metals displaced. That's why the name given as metal displacement reactions. Next, second one B, non-metal displacement reactions. Non-metal displacement reactions means in these reactions, in metal or non-metal, in metal or non-metal elements, a metal or non-metal element displaces another non-metal from their compounds. A non-metal is displaced. In previous examples, metal displaced. That's why metal displacement reactions. In these cases, non-metal displacing. So displaces another non-metal from their compounds. Such type of reactions are called non-metal displacement reactions. Just you should remember that in any reaction, if metal is displaced means replaced, removing. If metal is replaced, metal displacement. If non-metal displacement reactions. When zinc reacts with dilute sulfuric acid, so zinc is more reactive. It displaces hydrogen from dilute sulfuric acid. Here hydrogen gas is liberated. Hydrogen is non-metal. Here non-metal is displaced. That's why the name came as non-metal displacement reactions. Why the name came as non-metal displacement reactions? Here non-metal is displaced. Similarly, when magnesium reacts with dilute hydrochloric acid, magnesium also more reactive. It displaces hydrogen. Displaces means replaces. MgCl2 plus hydrogen gas is displaced. Hydrogen is a non-metal. That's why non-metal displacement reactions. Similarly, when fluorine in these two examples, zinc to magnesium metals, these metal displaces non-metal. Coming to this example, fluorine plus 2KCl. When compared to chlorine, fluorine is more reactive. Fluorine is more reactive. When compared to chlorine, fluorine more reactive. Therefore, fluorine displaces chlorine for KCl. Chlorine also non-metal. Therefore, here non-metal displaces. Therefore, non-metal displacement reaction. Similarly, when chlorine reacts with 2KBr, here when compared to chlorine, chlorine is more reactive. So, in case of halogens, if it comes in second year, order of reactivity of halogens, fluorine greater than chlorine greater than bromine greater than iodine. So, activity comes in second year. So, when compared to all the halogens, fluorine is most reactive. Iodine is least reactive. See here, bromine to chlorine, which is most reactive? Chlorine most reactive. Therefore, chlorine displaces bromine from KBr. 2KCl plus Br. For example, if I will write the reaction like this, Br2 plus 2KCl gives rise to 2KBr plus Cl. Is this reaction is possible? Not possible. Why this reaction is not possible? Bromine is less reactive. Chlorine is more reactive. So here, bromine, out of bromine and chlorine, bromine is less reactive. Chlorine is more reactive. Always you should remember that less reactive element cannot displaces more reactive element. Hence this reaction is not possible. This reaction is not feasible. Feasible means possible. Why this reaction is not feasible? Bromine less reactive. Less reactive element cannot displaces more reactive element. Always you should remember that more reactive element only displaces less reactive element. So this is about non-metal displacement reactions. Next, fourth one, very important, disproportionation reactions. Disproportionation reactions. So what are disproportionation reactions means? The reactions in which same element, the reactions in which same element simultaneously, the reactions in which same element simultaneously undergoes both oxidation and reduction. Such type of reactions are called disproportionation reactions. So disproportionation reactions means same element undergoes both oxidation and reduction conditions that we should remember. So what type of reactions are called disproportionation reactions? In the given reaction, if same element undergoes both reduction and oxidation, that are called disproportionation reactions. Now, conditions for disproportionation reactions. What type of elements undergoes disproportionation reactions? First condition, the element should exhibit or should possess, minimum 3 types of oxidation states. So the elements exhibits minimum 3 types of oxidation states. Why minimum 3 types of oxidation states? Just for understanding purpose. Left hand side I am taking one element chlorine. It is a uncombined state 0 positive. For undergoing oxidation, one number is required. For undergoing reduction, one more oxidation number is required. But for example, here Cl minus I am writing, Cl plus I am writing. Cl 0 becomes Cl minus reduction. 0 becomes Cl plus oxidation. Therefore, minimum how many oxidation states required? 3. Why for 3 required? For oxidation 1 required. For reduction 1 required. Left hand side, reactant side 1 required. Therefore, what type of elements undergoes disproportionation reaction is the element should possess minimum 3 types of oxidation states. Reactant side 1 required. For undergoing oxidation state 1 more required. For undergoing reduction 1 more required. Total how many? 3. Now, that is the first condition. Second one, the element should not possess, mainly 2 conditions are there. The element should not possess highest or lowest possible oxidation state. Highest or lowest possible oxidation state. So the element should not possess highest or lowest possible oxidation state. If highest or lowest possible oxidation states are there, the type of element do not undergo disproportionation. Why means for understanding purpose, a simple example we will discuss. For chlorine, highest possible oxidation state plus 7. Condition if it undergoing disproportionation reaction is same element undergoes oxidation and reduction. See, for the Cl plus 7 undergoes oxidation. Oxidation with the sign number should be more than 7. For understanding purpose, I am writing plus 8. But for chlorine plus 8 is not possible. Already in this example, chlorine is present in highest possible oxidation state. That's why further it do not undergo oxidation. It undergo reduction. Cl plus 5 possible. It undergo only reduction but not oxidation. But for disproportionation reaction, same element simultaneously undergoes oxidation and reduction. Therefore, highest possible oxidation state do not undergo disproportionation reaction. Similarly, lowest possible oxidation state I am considering. For For understanding purpose, I am taking -2. But for chlorine, -2 is not possible. Hence, it do not undergo reduction. It do not undergo reduction means it do not undergo disproportionation reaction. Hence, in order to undergoing the disproportionation reaction, the element should not possess highest. The element should not possess highest or lowest possible oxidation state. Hence, highest not required, lowest not required. Then tell me what required? Intermediate oxidation state. So that is the condition. The oxidation state of element should be intermediate. But highest not required, lowest not required is required. Intermediate oxidation state required. The element which possess intermediate oxidation state, the element which possess intermediate oxidation state only can undergo disproportionation reaction. The element which possess intermediate oxidation state, that only can undergo disproportionation reaction. For example, if I write for chlorine +3 or +1, all these are intermediate. So these intermediate states undergo both oxidation and reduction. After that, a small note you should remember that important. In object they are asking, among all the known elements, one and only one element do not undergo disproportionation reaction, that is fluorine. So fluorine do not undergo disproportionation reactions. Among all the known elements, fluorine do not undergo disproportionation reactions because it do not possess three types of oxidation states. Because it do not possess three types of oxidation states. So what is the condition for disproportionation reactions? The element must possess three types of oxidation state. Generally for fluorine oxidation state is always fixed -1. In uncombined state 0. Only two possibilities are there. Fluorine never exhibits three types of oxidation state. In all of its compounds, -1. In uncombined state, if alone it is there, F2 there, then 0. Therefore, for fluorine only two oxidation states are there, but not three. Therefore, among all the known elements which do not undergo disproportionation reactions means your answer fluorine. Next, examples. Examples. Decomposition of hydrogen peroxide H2O2 gives rise to H2O plus O. See, it is a peroxide. In peroxide, oxygen oxidation -1. Here -2. Here 0. Uncombined state. See, same element oxygen. Simultaneously undergoing oxidation and reduction. -1 becomes -2 is reduction. Therefore, it is an example of disproportionation reaction. Similarly, second one, when chlorine reacts with cold and dilute NaOH, sodium hydroxide, to form sodium chloride plus NaOCl. Its name sodium hypochlorite plus H2. Sodium hypochlorite plus H2. See here, same element chlorine. This side oxidation state 0, uncombined state. Here sodium plus 1 plus this is -1. This chlorine after you have calculated sodium plus 1, oxygen -2, chlorine we don't know, x equals 0. Therefore x equals what? Plus 1. Therefore same element chlorine undergoes oxidation when chlorine is reacted with cold and dilute NaOH, the oxidation states of chlorine changes from 0 to +1 and 0 to -1. Similarly, third, same reaction, we are changing the conditions. In previous case, cold and dilute, here we are considering at least these two reactions you should practice, most important. You should practice the two reactions. Second and third, very, very important. Hot and concentrate, previous heat examples is this. So previous examples is here NaCl, sodium chloride. Actually this becomes in second year. NaClO3 plus H2O. Its name sodium chloride. After that you have to check the oxidation states. Here chlorine is 0. Here chlorine -1. Here chlorine is 1. See, same element undergoes oxidation and reduction. In 1 year in NEET exam, one question they frame. When chlorine gas is passed through hot and constant NaOH, what are the change in oxidation number of chlorine? Your answer is not 0 to -1 and 0 to +1. Your change in oxidation states 0 to -1 and 0 to +1. Very, very important. Leave the balancing equation. If you want to write the balancing equation is here 3 moles of chlorine. 3 into 2, 6 chlorines. Already our chlorine is multiplied by 5. 5 plus 1, 6. 6 NaOH. 6 hydrogens multiplied by 3. So leave the balancing equation. If you want to write the coefficient 3 chlorine 6 NaOH like that. So very, very important. So these products I remember like this. How I remember this? If you are considering these two reactions, I remember like this. In both reactions, one of the product is common. Anyhow, H2O common, NaCl common. So cold and dilute NaCl will come. Hot and constant also NaCl will come. Other product totally different. If cold and dilute is there, NaOCl, one chlorine is there. If hot and concentration is there, sorry, one oxygen is there. If hot and concentration is there, 3 oxygens will come. I remember like that. Cold and dilute, one oxygen will come. Hot and concentrated, more oxygens will come. Like that you should remember. So cold and dilute means what are the products? NaCl, NaOCl. Hot and concentrated means NaCl plus NaCl. Cold and dilute means only one oxygen. I remember like that. Hot and concentrated means more number of oxygens, 3 oxygens. Anyhow, what is byproduct? Next. Fourth one. P4 plus NaOH, all these will come in second year. H2O, phosphorus, to form PH3 is a phosphine gas, poisonous gas. PH3 plus NaH2PO. It is also disproportionate reaction at 0. Here phosphorus, X plus 3 equal to 0. X equal to what? -3. Here phosphorus, sodium plus 1, hydrogen plus 2, phosphorus X, each oxygen -2, -4 equal to 0. X minus 1 is equal to 0, therefore X equal to 1, plus 1. Here also phosphorus, change in oxidation number 0 to +1, oxidation 0 to -3, reduction. Understood or not? If you want to balance the equation, is here 4 phosphorus are there. Here how many phosphorus? 4 phosphorus. Therefore, in the balancing equation, otherwise 4 phosphorus, already one phosphorus is there multiplied by 3. 3 into 2, 6 hydrogen, 3 sodiums are there multiplied by 3. Coming to oxygens, 3 into 2, 6. Here how many 3 there multiplied by 3. Anyhow, leave the balancing equation. Just you should remember that disproportionation reactions means same element undergoes oxidation and reduction. Such type of reactions are called disproportionation reactions. Next, if you want to use one more, Cu plus 1 in aqueous solution, generally Q plus ion is unstable. Therefore, it undergoes disproportionation reaction. Disproportionation reaction to Cu plus 2 and Cl plus 1 may becomes plus 2. Oxidation plus 1 it is a disproportionation reaction. It is disproportionation reaction. So this is about disproportionation reactions. Last one, very how not important, comproportionation reactions. Comproportionation reactions, or it is also known as synproportionation reactions. Comproportionation reactions are synproportionation reactions. These are nothing but reverse of disproportionation reactions. Reverse of disproportionation reactions. Comproportionation reactions, nothing but synproportionation reactions. These are the reverse of disproportionation reactions. What are comproportionation reactions? Means in these reactions, same element present in different compounds, undergoes oxidation and reduction to the same product. Such type of reactions are called comproportionation reactions. So previously we wrote like this: 2Cu plus 1 gives rise to Cu plus 2 plus C. This is disproportionation. Reverse that reaction. If you are reversing that equation, what you will get? This is disproportionation reaction. Comproportionation reactions are reverse of disproportionation reaction. Reverse that reaction. Cu plus 2 gives rise to 2Cu plus 1. It is an example of comproportionation. See here, same element present in different compounds. This is one compound, this is another compound. Same copper simultaneously undergoes oxidation and reduction to the same product. See here, same element copper present in different compounds undergoes oxidation and reduction to the same product. Such type of reactions are called comproportionation reactions. Copper is replaced by silver. Az plus 2 gives rise to 2Az plus 1. Here also both undergoes oxidation and reduction to the same product. Hence it also comes under what reaction? Comproportionation reaction. Comproportionation reaction is same elements present in different compounds undergoes oxidation and reduction to the same product. Hence it is a comproportionation reaction. Or one more example, Ki plus KiO3 plus HCl gives rise to I2 plus KCl plus H2O. Here the balancing equation. So here iodine minus 1, here iodine plus 5, here iodine 0. See, minus 1 becomes 0, oxidation. Plus 5 becomes 0, reduction. See here, same element present in different compounds. Ka is one compound, KO3 is other compound, different compounds. In different compounds, same elements undergoes both oxidation and reduction to the same product. That is nothing but comproportionation. If reverse reaction, if I am telling, tell me, reverse reaction, what is the reaction? Disproportionation. Forward reaction, comproportionation. Backward reaction, disproportionation. Forward reaction, comproportionation. Backward reaction, disproportionation. Forward is comproportionation. Backward is disproportionation. So by these types of redox reactions completed. Next, last topic in this chapter, balancing of redox reactions. Very important. Frequently NEET exam they are asking balancing of redox balancing of redox reactions. Very important. Here, a shortcut method I will explain. So, in objective exam, one equation they will give without balancing the equation, and they will put the